First pitch to Boyer. That one going to be grounded into right field. Are they going to send that? No, they will hold as we got the bases loaded. 3-2 pitch on the way. Up high, ball four. The Whitefish Bulldogs will take an early 1-0 lead on an RBI walk by Drew Queen. They lead 1-0 on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. To it from the stretch. Next pitch to Godsey. That's going to be a little dribbler back to Pitts. Barehands it. Goes home. It goes off the glove of Young. That'll bring in a run to score. Reed Boyer around third. Slides in head first. He will score as well. You got Godsey moving up to second. Queen over to third. And an error gives the Dogs a 3-0 lead on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. First time up. First pitch to Orm. He's going to reach down and fly that one high into center. This should be deep enough for Queen. There's the catch by Hill. Fires in the throw. Drew Queen takes up and scores as the Whitefish Bulldogs with a sac fly RBI by Tate Orm gives them a 4-0 lead on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. Next pitch to Knapp. That one a slow roller in the hole. Knapp gonna come in. And is he safe at first? He is, as Reed Hobart scores on the infield single. Gavin Knapp with an RBI single as the Dogs add to it now 5-0 on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. And his next pitch to Godsey. That one hit well, but fair will be fair. It will. Lance Fair down the left field line. Drew Queen around third. Queen will come in to score. And Godsey stands up to second with an RBI double. Back-to-back RBI doubles by the Dogs. They lead now 9-3 on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. Working against Fisher. Next pitch, that one flowing high into the sky. Can of corn there. Reed Boyer settling under it, puts it away for out number 3 as the Whitefish Bulldogs go on the road into enemy territory. Put up 10 runs. The 4th straight game Whitefish has put up 10-plus runs, and they downed their arch rival, the Columbia Falls Wildcats, in the process. Whitefish with the win now improves to 10-5 overall on the season. They are now 7-3 in conference play, and now they own the tiebreaker over Sioux Falls. Back from the break here on 102.7 FM, 1240 AM Outlaw Country. Cole Havens here, broadcasting live from the Stumptown Ice Dam Press Box, winding things down here on the Scenic Zip Trip and Piggyback Barbecue post-game show as once again your Whitefish Bulldogs come away with a huge 10-2 win over the arch rivals Columbia Falls on the road. It is the 7th conference win of the season for Whitefish. It is the 4th straight game that Whitefish has scored 10-plus runs, and also with that win, if Whitefish and Sioux Falls are to end the season with the same record, Whitefish owns the tiebreaker as they scored 8 runs more than Sioux Falls did in this game. Sioux Falls scored 6 more runs than them in the first game, so Whitefish has that 2-run advantage differential-wise. Columbia Falls still holds the lead in the standings over Whitefish as Columbia Falls 8-3 in league play, but Whitefish now 7-3 in conference play. If that holds path the rest of the way, Whitefish could very well jump Sioux Falls at the end of the season. Big Fork holds the tiebreaker over Whitefish. Whitefish has a big game against Eureka coming up next week. But what a way to end the week's not over, but what a way to end the conference part of the week here. A 10-2 win over the Columbia Falls Wildcats. It was a 4-run second for Whitefish, as in that second inning, Gavin Knapp got the inning started off with a single. Luke Dalen was robbed of a base hit, but then Colin Wallace and Reed Boyer with singles. Queen with the RBI walk. Carter Godsey would reach on an error to the pitcher, Jet Pitts. That brought home to Tate Orm with a sac fly RBI. Whitefish went up 4-0 early in this one. In the third, they tacked on another. Gavin Knapp with an RBI single, bringing home Reed Hobart. So it was 5-0 after 3 innings of play. In the 5th inning of action, Whitefish would tack on another one, Carter Godsey, an RBI double, scoring Drew Queen. In the bottom of the 5th, Columbia Falls would get their first run on the board. Nico Young, a fielder's choice RBI. That made it 6-1 at that point. In the 6th inning of action, Sioux Falls would get a sac fly RBI from Jory Hill, which answered the run from Whitefish as Luke Dalen brought home Reed Hobart. In the 7th, Whitefish with 3 extra insurance runs in the 7th. Reed Boyer with a single to lead off the inning. Drew Queen, RBI double. Carter Godsey, RBI double. And then Godsey would come in to score on a misfire from the first baseman, Zeke Dunn, on a foul territory play as the Whitefish Bulldogs 10-2 win. How about Tate Orm in this ball game. We might have co-players of the game after this one. Tate Orm, the complete game, goes 7 innings pitched, gives up, I think it was 5 or 6 hits, 2 runs, 11 exceed chiropractic strikeouts. And then Gavin Knapp, the youngster here on the season, the sophomore, the kind of everyday sophomore starter in the outfield. A couple of base hits for Gavin Knapp in this one. An RBI, a run scored. Gavin Knapp finishes 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored and an RBI. Might be Gavin Knapp and Tate Orm as some co-players of the game. But yeah, a heck of a win for the Whitefish Bulldogs, as with that win, Whitefish now get set to host non-conference flow the Flathead Braves tomorrow, and should be another fun one at the ballpark. But for the Whitefish Bulldogs, that caps off, 4 games in the last 6 days. They have another one tomorrow, and then the Whitefish Bulldogs will get set for Eureka next week. The St. John's are the week after that. Then they close out the season with a doubleheader against Browning and a game against Polson. Then after that, it's the play-in. There is a lot to be sorted out, though, in this conference. Columbia Falls still at the top. Big Fork and Whitefish, though, breathing down their necks. Polson right behind Whitefish, and then Eureka right behind Polson. So the Whitefish Bulldogs get that 10-2 win on that Hill Brothers scoreboard. You look at the lineup, too. I mean, it was just a total team effort as well. Drew Queen at the top of the order goes 1 for 2, 3 runs scored, has 3 walks. Carter Godsey with a couple of RBIs. Tate Orm gets a sac fly, RBI, a base hit. Obviously, the pitching more for Orm. Finn Ryan with a base knock, reaches on a fielder's choice. Reed Hobart with a couple of big hits. Gavin Knapp, we already highlighted the hits. Luke Balin, another solid outing, gets a base hit in this one. Colin Wallace gets his first varsity hit of the season in this one. And then Reed Boyer in that 9th spot, a couple of runs scored on a couple of hits. So the Whitefish Bulldogs improve to 7-3 in conference play, 10-5 overall on the season. Columbia Falls now drops to 10-4 overall, 8-3 in league play. Hey, a big thanks to all of our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible. Again, every pre- and post-game brought to you by Scenic Zip Trip and Piggyback Barbecue. Our scoreboard sponsor, Hill Brothers. Player of the game sponsor, Ortho Rehab. Timeout sponsor, American Bank. National Anthem sponsor, Cowgirl Coffee. Starting lineup sponsor, State Farm Joe Akey. Our highlight sponsor, Exceed Chiropractic. Again, Tate Orm with 11 Exceed Chiro strikeouts. Jersey Boys, our change of inning sponsor, and broadcasting live from the Stumptown Ice Dam Press Box all year. And how about the rest of our sponsors? Highline Dermatology, Three Rivers Bank, M&C Tire, Whitefish Eye Center, Stumptown Snowboards, Glacier Medical Associates, Universal Athletics, National Parks Realty, Whitefish Lake Restaurant, Huck's Place, Nelson's Hardware, Schellinger Construction, Dalen Dental, Bulldog Saloon, Whitefish, Northern Lights Dentistry, and Zatuni Hansen Interiors. For one last time here at St. John's Road Memorial Field for everyone at B Broadcasting Radio Network, I am Cole Havens. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the 10-2 win. Whitefish back at it tomorrow against Flathead. 5 p.m. first pitch. I'll have that broadcast live right here on Outlaw Country once again. So until then, hope you have a great rest of your night. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.